The Las Vegas Raiders just did something nobody saw coming. And yet, now that it's happened, it feels like the most inevitable move in modern NFL history. Shedeur Sanders is officially a Raider, not on a rookie deal, not on a one-year prove-it contract, on an $80 million guaranteed, multi-year blockbuster, with incentives ballooning the number past $120 million. And just like that, the entire league looks different. This isn't just a signing. This isn't just a splash. This is a declaration, a warning shot, a paradigm shift.
If you're into the real story and all the messy twists they don't show on highlight reels, go ahead and subscribe. And if you're sticking around to see how this Browns QB chaos plays out, you should definitely be subscribed.
The Raiders didn't just add a quarterback. They added a brand, a voice, a leader, and they made it crystal clear. The new NFL isn't just about arm strength, pocket awareness, or QBR. It's about cultural impact, organizational alignment, and next-level vision. And Shedeur Sanders? He's all three. This move doesn't just change Vegas. It changes everything. Let's start with the obvious. $80 million guaranteed for a quarterback who hasn't played a full NFL season. That number is massive, unprecedented, historic, and to some, absolutely insane. But here's the thing. The Raiders aren't paying for potential. They're paying for certainty. They're betting on maturity, marketability, leadership, command. They're betting on a 22-year-old who handles media pressure better than most veterans, who grew up around greatness, who's been prepped for this moment his entire life. This is not a project. This is a proven presence. And Vegas didn't just want a quarterback. They wanted a franchise identity, something to build around, something to sell, something to believe in. Because for years, the Raiders have been stuck in limbo, floating between nostalgia and irrelevance, selling echoes of the past while struggling to find their future. The brand was iconic, but the team? Lost, scattered, misaligned. And then came Shedeur. The second his name hit the ink on that contract, the franchise shifted into a new gear. Merchandise? Flying off the shelves. Tickets? Sold out through the preseason. National coverage? Wall to wall. Social media? Dominated. This wasn't a signing. It was a cultural detonation. Vegas has always wanted to be the NFL's entertainment capital. Now, they've got a leading man to go with the lights. And the stakes just went through the roof. Shedeur isn't just walking into Allegiant Stadium. He's walking into an entire ecosystem built to launch him. The Raiders have been quietly building for this moment, upgrading facilities, bringing in culture-first leadership, investing in analytics, staff development, and long-term strategic infrastructure. They weren't waiting for a star to save them. They were building the runway so that when the right one landed, they were ready for takeoff. And Shedeur? He's that plane. Supersonic, branded, global. Because let's be honest, this isn't just about football. The NFL has officially entered its entertainment era. It's about who can win and trend, who can dominate the pocket and the timeline, who can lead a huddle and anchor brand. And Shedeur is built for that. His media presence is unmatched. His interviews go viral. His game day fits break the internet. His command of the spotlight is surgical. This is a player who understands the business of football just as well as the excess NOS. The Raiders saw that, and they said, "We're all in." What's wild is how fast everything changed. Just months ago, Sanders was stuck in Cleveland, a franchise so steeped in dysfunction, they managed to injure their own star rookie quarterback in practice. The QB room was chaos. The locker room was divided. Leadership was nowhere to be found. And when Shedeur spoke up, called out the culture, the favoritism, the silence, what did the Browns do? They doubled down on dysfunction, gave him no support, no protection, no vision. So he left, and now he's in Vegas, armed with a historic contract, a roster ready to compete, an organization that's gone from afterthought to apex in days. This is what happens when alignment meets ambition. The Raiders didn't just sign a quarterback. They signed an era. And the ripple effects? They're just starting. The AFC West has officially been shaken. Mahomes, Herbert, and now Sanders? Divisional matchups just became marquee events. primetime battles, statement games, and defensive coordinators already sweating. Because you're not just game planning for a quarterback anymore. You're game planning for a phenomenon, a player who can run a 2-minute drill and drop a 60-second viral moment in the postgame. Every camera is now pointed at Vegas. Every network wants a piece. Every brand wants in. And the NFL? Quietly thrilled. This move opens a door for an entirely new approach to quarterback scouting and valuation. No longer is it just about arm strength or combined stats. It's about presence, poise, media readiness, brand integration. Shedeur isn't just a player. He's a platform, a vessel for engagement, storytelling, global reach, which means this contract, this $80 million gamble, it's not reckless. It's visionary. It's the Raiders saying, we're not building a team, we're building a movement. And the results are already speaking for themselves. Betting markets adjusted within hours. National merchandise rankings flipped overnight. Endorsement deals reportedly tripled. Documentaries are in the works. Corporate sponsors are circling. And fans? Rejuvenated. This isn't just about football anymore. It's about what football represents. Community, culture, identity. Vegas has always been about showmanship, flash, scale, but for the first time in decades, they now have a centerpiece that can back it all up. And let's not understate the emotional side of this. Raiders fans, they've waited years, decades, for a quarterback they could believe in. Someone who wasn't just a rental. Someone who wasn't another temporary fix. Someone they could ride with. And Shedeur is that guy. You walk through the Strip right now and you'll see his name on billboards, his jersey in storefronts, his clips playing on loop in sports bars packed with fans who finally feel hope again. This is what it looks like when a franchise gets it right. It's not just about spending big. It's about spending smart, betting on character, on fit, on leadership, on future. And now, the Raiders don't just have a quarterback. They have a cornerstone, a generational voice, a game-changing talent, a leader who's not afraid to speak truth, stand tall, and carry the weight of a franchise on purpose. So, welcome to the new NFL, where media savvy is as essential as pre-snap reads, where brand value sits next to playbook IQ, where quarterbacks are the face of a team and the heartbeat of a billion-dollar business. And no one embodies that better than Shedeur Sanders. So, what do you think? Is this contract a bargain or a reach? Can Sanders elevate the Raiders into legitimate contenders? And will this signing reset the way franchises build around young quarterbacks? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're all watching this unfold in real time, and everyone's got an opinion. And while you're here, hit subscribe for more deep dives, NFL culture shockers, and real-time breakdowns of the moves that are changing the league forever. Because this isn't just football anymore. This is Shedeur Sanders in silver and black. And the league? Better buckle up. They didn't just sign a quarterback. They flipped the entire NFL script in one stroke. An $80 million guaranteed deal for Shedeur Sanders, potentially ballooning past $120 million with incentives? That's not just bold. That's revolutionary. And now that the dust is settling, if you can even call this calm, the rest of the league is looking around like someone just rewrote the rules mid-game. Because this changes everything. It's not just about the money. It's not just about the name. It's about what the move represents. The NFL has officially stepped into its next era, and Shedeur Sanders is the quarterback standing at the center of it. Let's talk legacy for a moment. Shedeur wasn't supposed to come into the league and immediately be the face of anything. He was supposed to get drafted, sit behind a veteran, develop quietly, and earn his moment the way quarterbacks always have. Or so the old guard said. Instead, he was thrown into dysfunction in Cleveland, survived a quarterback room collapse, took a public hit from his own teammate, and still managed to leave that situation with leverage. He didn't fold. He spoke up. He called out the culture. He posted what he needed to post. And instead of getting buried for it, he was rewarded with the biggest rookie quarterback deal in NFL history. Think about that. This isn't just a bag. It's a message. The league is shifting. Talent still matters, of course. But now, so do the intangibles. The media IQ, the personal brand, the leadership instincts, the ability to walk into a press conference and own the moment the same way you own the pocket. And Shedeur Sanders is built for it. You want to know why the Raiders made this deal? Why they backed up the Brinks truck for a rookie? Because they weren't just looking for someone to throw a spiral. They were looking for a movement, a cultural reset, a quarterback who could bring clarity to a franchise that's been adrift for decades. And they didn't see anyone better positioned than Shedeur. Let's be honest. The Raiders have been chasing an identity for years. Since moving to Vegas, they've had the look, the flash, the hype, but none of the heart. Their on-field product has been stuck somewhere between almost good and depressingly mediocre. They've cycled through quarterbacks like Seasons, Carr, Garoppolo, Stidham, you name it. None of them stuck. None of them inspired. None of them sold hope. Shedeur does. And that matters more than ever in the new NFL. He's a quarterback with generational football instincts, sure, but also a generational understanding of what this league has become. He's not just operating inside the playbook. He's operating inside the narrative. He knows how to win games and how to win moments. You think those pre-game outfits are accidental? You think his press conferences aren't calculated? This is someone who studied every angle of what it means to be a quarterback in 2025. And now, he's walking into Allegiant Stadium with the keys to one of the league's most iconic franchises and turning it into the league's most current franchise. The moment the signing was announced, you could feel the shift. ESPN interrupted regular programming. Sportsbooks crashed. Raiders jersey sales spiked 300%. The NFL's social team had graphics locked and loaded. Vegas suddenly became the epicenter. Because with Shedeur comes the avalanche. Sponsorships, media coverage, international buzz. This isn't just football, it's entertainment. It's culture. It's influence. And that's what separates Shedeur from any quarterback we've seen in a long time. He's not just playing in the NFL. He's shaping it. Let's talk about the locker room next, because this move doesn't work unless the culture buys in. And right now, the early reports are clear. They're all in. Players are excited. Veterans are energized. Coaches are talking about leadership. That alone should tell you everything you need to know. This isn't a rookie walking in with entitlement. This is a rookie walking in with a vision. And the team desperately needed one. In less than 48 hours, Shedeur has gone from the next big thing to the thing everyone's building around. Offensive coordinators are already redesigning playbooks. Media directors are revamping content plans. The team store had to restock his jersey line before the weekend. And the Browns? They're sitting back watching it all play out with that dazed look of a franchise that had it and blew it. Because let's be clear, Shedeur didn't leave Cleveland just for money. He left because of leadership. Or more specifically, the lack of it. You let your star rookie quarterback get hit in practice by a teammate, ignore the aftermath, and try to sweep it under the rug with a "we're moving forward" quote? Yeah, no, that's not how you handle talent in this league anymore. The Raiders saw that, and they acted. They brought him into an environment that's investing in him from day one. They didn't just hand him a contract. They handed him a seat at the table. That's the difference. They're not asking Shedeur to prove he belongs. They're building the franchise with him, not around him. And that mindset, that's where the NFL is headed. No more wait your turn. No more rookies should be quiet. That model is broken. The league is younger, faster, smarter, and way more plugged in. Players are media brands. Quarterbacks are content machines. And the ones who get that, they're worth every dollar. Shedeur Sanders is walking proof. So let's zoom out. What does this mean for the rest of the league? It means the AFC West is officially loaded. Mahomes, Herbert, Shedeur. It means the quarterback market just got nuked. Good luck lowballing your next contract negotiation when a rookie just set the floor at $80 million guaranteed. It means every struggling team with a maybe quarterback just watched their fan base ask one very uncomfortable question. Why didn't we go after Shedeur? And it means every young QB prospect entering the league now has a blueprint, not just for how to play, but for how to lead. Because Shedeur isn't just winning headlines. He's setting a standard, and the ripple effects, they're just beginning. More teams will start factoring media presence and leadership maturity into their scouting reports. More franchises will rethink how they handle quarterback competition and player empowerment. More rookies will start coming into the league ready, not just to learn, but to lead. And Shedeur, he's already writing his first chapter. With every passing day, he's reshaping what it means to be a rookie quarterback in the NFL. And Vegas, they're not just lucky to have him. They're built for him. Because if there's one city that knows how to make stars shine brighter, it's Vegas. So get ready. This isn't a trial run. This isn't a PR stunt. This isn't hype for hype's sake. This is real. This is calculated. And this is just the beginning. The Raiders didn't just sign a quarterback. They detonated the old NFL model and built something new from the ashes. We're in the middle of a revolution, and Shedeur Sanders is holding the flag. This isn't about hype anymore. This isn't about headlines or viral clips or speculative draft boards. That was yesterday. That was Cleveland. What's happening in Vegas is tangible. It's structured. It's dangerous in the best way. Because for the first time in decades, the Raiders aren't chasing the league. They're driving it. And they're doing it by building around a 22-year-old who just flipped the entire quarterback development system on its head. Let's be real. The old system was broken. Draft the QB. Sit him behind a washed-up veteran. Give him a clipboard. Feed him cliches about earning stripes. Maybe let him start if the season collapses early. Hope he survives. You know what that did? It wasted time. It dulled instincts. It told natural-born leaders to sit quietly while the building around them fell apart. But Shedeur, he wasn't built for silence. You saw it at Colorado. You saw it in his interviews. You saw it, especially, in how he handled Cleveland's chaos. When Dillon Gabriel laid him out in a training camp brawl. When the coaching staff went silent. When the franchise he was supposed to trust turned its back, Shedeur didn't run. He didn't beg for sympathy. He spoke. And in that moment, the NFL's tectonic plates shifted. Because franchises saw it. Fans saw it. Vegas saw it. A quarterback who didn't just want the ball. He wanted to wait. Fast forward to now, and the Raiders have turned that leadership into currency, into a brand, into a business model. They're not just building around Shedeur's arm. They're building around what he means. Let's talk numbers again, because they matter. $80 million guaranteed. More than $120 million with incentives. That's not a contract. That's a statement of identity. It's the Raiders saying, we're not playing it safe. We're not playing it traditional. We're building around a player, not just a position. And look, some people still don't get it. They're looking at the deal and seeing risk. But those people, they're stuck in 2009. Because the NFL of 2025 isn't just about the game. It's about the narrative around the game. The quarterbacks leading franchises now aren't just slinging touchdowns. They're storytelling in real time. Post-game pressers. TikToks. Off-season documentaries. This is a quarterback as public figure, and Shedeur is already the prototype. But here's where it gets wild. None of that would matter if he couldn't ball out on the field. And the Raiders? They've seen enough. Scouts called it early. His mechanics, footwork, pocket IQ, ability to manipulate defenses, NFL ready. His command at the line, veteran tier. He's not just flashy. He's ferocious when it counts. And that's what separates him. Shedeur has the media savvy of a brand ambassador and the field presence of a 10-year pro. That's lethal. Vegas saw the opportunity. They weren't going to wait. Because if there's one thing this franchise understands now, it's this. You don't wait for a savior. You invest in one. And they're not stopping at Shedeur. This is a full-scale rebrand. New offensive schemes. New personnel alignment. Coaching upgrades. A front office finally working with the player, not in spite of him. Think about how rare that is in the NFL. Most teams treat quarterbacks like weapons. Powerful but replaceable. Use them, break them, draft another. Vegas? They're treating Shedeur like infrastructure. Something to build on top of. Something that connects every part of the machine. Offense, defense, media, marketing, culture, community. And the results are immediate. Game day tickets are surging. Local tourism boards are leveraging the hype. International fans, especially younger demographics, are tuning in. And sponsors? They're throwing money like it's fourth and goal. Adidas, Beats, Hulu, crypto platforms, you name it. Everyone wants a piece. Because Shedeur doesn't just wear the uniform. He sells the experience. That kind of commercial gravity, you can't teach it. You can only recognize it when it hits. And now that it has, every other franchise is scrambling to figure out how to keep up. So, let's talk about the ripple effect. What does this mean for the rest of the NFL? Well, for starters, the quarterback market just exploded. Whatever you thought the ceiling was for rookie deals, throw it out. Gone. Shedeur's contract just reset everything. Next draft class, agents are licking their chops. Teams are rethinking their budgets. Rookie quarterbacks with confidence and charisma, they're the new gold standard. And don't think for a second this doesn't impact veteran QBs either. Because now, if you're not bringing Shedeur-level impact to the table, teams are going to start asking hard questions. Are you a quarterback or are you a brand? Because in this new NFL, you better be both. And on the field, the Raiders just turned the AFC West into a gauntlet. It was already tough with Mahomes and Herbert, but now it's a highlight reel waiting to happen. Every matchup with Shedeur is prime time, national spotlight, high stakes, high drama. Mahomes versus Sanders, Herbert versus Sanders, Vegas versus the old order. Get your popcorn ready. And this isn't just a temporary buzz. This is sustainable excitement. Because Shedeur isn't here for a season. He's here for an era. He's already talking long-term vision, championships, community impact, legacy, not just in interviews, but in how he's moving behind the scenes, in the way he's shaping team culture, in the way rookies already look to him like he's been there 5 years. That's leadership. That's rare. That's real. So what's next? Well, the season's coming. And fast. Training camp is about to turn into a documentary. Every throw, every snap, every soundbite is content. The NFL has never been more cinematic, and Shedeur is the main character. And guess what? He's ready. He's got the playbook, the protection, the platform. All that's left now is the performance. And based on everything we've seen, he's not just going to rise to the moment, he's going to own it. So if you're a Raiders fan, rejoice. You're no longer waiting for something to believe in. You are the story now. And if you're not a Raiders fan, well, you might still end up buying a jersey. Because whether you're in Vegas, Philly, Tokyo, or Johannesburg, Shedeur Sanders is the name you're going to hear all season long. He's not just changing games. He's changing expectations. So tell us, is Shedeur Sanders already the most powerful rookie in NFL history? Did the Raiders just build the blueprint for the next generation of quarterback development? And how long before we see this model replicated across the league? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear everything. From football takes to media strategy predictions. Because this move, it's bigger than football. And while you're here, hit that subscribe button. Because we're just getting started. Shedeur's not just about the highlights. He's the headline. And in this new era of the NFL, the future isn't coming. It's already wearing silver and black.